Donald Trump just got a brutal warning from the Supreme Court. It's true. It's a warning, and it is a brutal warning. Trump should have seen this coming. But I am going to suggest to you that the catalyst for this warning is mostly self-serving for the Supreme Court. So here's what happened. Chief Justice John Roberts, in a very rare public statement, is saying that impeaching judges over legal rulings that you don't like isn't how it works. It's not how the American judiciary is organized. This is in response to Donald Trump's completely whacked out Truth Central rant, saying that the judge who recently ruled against him with regard to the deportations should be impeached because Trump does not like the ruling. What Chief Justice John Roberts said is that, quote, for more than 2 centuries, it has been established that impeachment is not an appropriate response to disagreement concerning a judicial decision. And Roberts is right about that. He goes on to say the normal appellate review process exists for that purpose. So what John Roberts is saying to Trump is that when you get a ruling you don't like, you don't demand impeachment of the judge. We have an appellate process. You appeal the ruling to the next highest court. And Roberts says this is the way that has worked for hundreds of years. Roberts doesn't name Trump, but the timing makes it obvious what this is about. It comes right after Trump threw this tantrum over a federal judge blocking his mass deportation stunt. So Trump went on Truth Social and said the judge is a troublemaker, demanded impeachment. This is not, of course, the first time that Trump has attacked judges who rule against him. But here is the maybe most important thing about all of this. Trump doesn't care how things work. We know that. But John Roberts is only saying this now because the Supreme Court is slowly starting to realize they might be losing their own power. When the judge said, you can't do these deportations, turn the planes around, and Trump's administration said, no, we now have a situation where we are left to wonder, can courts really enforce their rulings? And as we said yesterday, are they going to arrest the pilots? Are they going to sanction members of the Trump administration? Are they going to go and bring back the deportees? Unlikely, since they've been imprisoned in El Salvador. And what John Roberts and the Supreme Court are starting to think about is, man, if these decisions did get to us and we issued a definitive ruling with a specific determination and the administration ignores it, what do we do? Can we do anything? Do we even really have power? And that is John Roberts' primary concern here. Now let's talk about, of course, the hypocrisy, because there always is one. Trump recently said it should be illegal to criticize judges. When it came to people criticizing Judge Eileen Cannon, who was involved in one of Trump's criminal cases, when it came to others, Trump said it should be against the law to criticize a judge. Back in 2018, Trump pushed for laws to stop people from being even able to question the decision of a court. And now Trump is the one leading the charge to undermine the judiciary. And here is where Chief Justice John Roberts' little warning falls apart completely. This Supreme Court gave Trump the very power he is now using against them. Now, hold on a second. The Supreme Court didn't say Trump and presidents can do whatever they want anytime. They can ignore court orders whenever they want. They didn't say that. But months ago, they ruled that presidents basically have broad immunity, making it harder to hold Trump accountable. As Trump saw it, and that's what matters, as Trump saw it, they handed him unchecked power. And now Trump is saying, they've never stopped me from doing anything. I don't think they really can. At the end of the day, what are they going to do? Go and bring a pilot down to fly the deportees back? I'm just going to do whatever the hell I want. And now the very Supreme Court, whose decision invigorated Trump's belief that he can do whatever he wants, now that Supreme Court is shocked that he's using that power against courts. Even worse, Trump's Vice President J.D. Vance is now openly saying judges shouldn't even be able to check the executive branch at all. So this is not about Trump's legal troubles and his personal criminal cases. This is a full-on attack on the entire judicial system. And I hate to say it, I don't like admitting this. I think that this is a battle that Trump might win. So Chief Justice John Roberts can try to sound tough, but it seems to be too late. The Supreme Court participated in enabling Trump every step of the way. They let him dodge legal consequences. They expanded executive power. Trump took it, and now Trump is turning on them. They wanted to empower the presidency, and they've done it. And now they are realizing, I don't think we have any tools to actually enforce orders that we or lower courts might issue. They are realizing that they might have made themselves irrelevant. So this is not about what a good guy John Roberts is. He's sticking by the Constitution and the power of independent judiciary. No. I mean, he might casually, incidentally be doing that. But the Supreme Court, much like Fox News, much like the Republican Party, they are realizing that they have lost control of the monster they helped to create. And the question we are left with is, what next? I think the answer is not so good.
Once again, Donald Trump's cabinet picks are all about loyalty over expertise. Election denier Carrie Lake to lead Voice of America, the government-funded broadcaster meant to report unbiased news. Ground News found hundreds of articles covering this story, which is an app I've trusted for years to help me critically analyze the news I consume. Our sponsor, Ground News, doesn't tell you what to think. They show you each news outlet's biases, credibility, financial incentives, so you know who's benefiting from the spin they put on each story. You can even filter out certain sources you don't want, so you can stay informed without getting buried in the noise. Trump is shaping our future in ways that will last decades. And if we're not paying attention, we will allow history to repeat itself. So stay engaged with Ground News, who is fixing what is breaking right in front of us, the trust and transparency in the media. Ground News is giving my audience 50% off the same Vantage plan that I use. Go to ground.news/Pacman. The link is in the description, or scan my QR code.